What's up, witches? Celeste the Silver Cord here, coming at you with your Mercury Retrograde 2020 video. I am going to be going over a spell at the end of this video and explaining what I'm doing with all this. But for right now, we're going to go over Mercury Retrograde. So, Shadow Phase originally started yesterday, right? Started from 6/2 to 6/18. The 18th is when it goes actually into stations and goes retrograde. And it's going to do that till July 12th. And then the post-shadow phase, when things are tapering off and whatever drama this all drags up is rolling off, will be July 12th to July 26th. So I always find the pre-shadow phase to be the Three of Swords, to be the most intense for whatever reason. That's usually when there's something bubbling on the surface and it's like a pressure pot and it's just like ready to pow. Somebody's holding something back, especially with this one. So this Mercury retrograde is bringing the huge energy of the number 5 in Cancer, which is a very emotional sign. So it's 5. It's going to go backwards to 14 degrees, go back to 5 degrees. So, and 14 is still 5. So that's a very conflict number. So this is about things that people are repressing, which is why the ritual I'm going to show you at the end here is going to be called Spit Out the Truth. Because for some reason, some people have a really hard time just speaking their truths, and part of chaos magic is sometimes helping people get past that point. So the retrograde is in Cancer. The Cancer brings besides the crab, which is usually somebody who's like sharp pinchers, but they're really super gushy inside. Cancers are usually great for, they always want to help people, and they're always down to help people. They're the kind of people that, like, if you're working on your car on the weekend, they'll come over and just help you work on your car all weekend. But it also brings the energy of the Chariot, and that is conquest, quarrel, overcoming, travel, greatness within reach, taking the reins to balance out the mind and the physical. To balance out where your mind is all the time and where your physical reality is. Because if those are in two separate planes, then you're going to have a very hard time reconciling a lot of things in your life. The charioteer channels his will into achievements and change brought through choice. It is time to make choices. It is time to, channel your will into achievements. What are you trying to achieve? So with this being a retrograde, this will be what is in your way of channeling your will into achievement. What is repressing you? Pressure pot. This is bringing about new phases in your life, a need for patience. Change is hard, 10 of Cups, but necessary to bring in transitions to smooth over. So, retrogrades, and now it goes back and forth. I was born in a lot of retrogrades, so usually I actually have trouble during regular station seasons, and I do good during retrogrades because I was born under them. I always suggest getting a chart done. But retrogrades usually bring you some kind of challenge that you're here to overcome. And then once you overcome it, whatever that has been blocking you is removed. And it's usually something you're refusing to face. Like I said, pressure pot. So this is being pulled by the twin forces of fate and fortune. Fate and fortune, right? I like, what is it, The Last Kingdom, Destiny is All, and in Vikings, I believe the seer said it. It was either the seer or Bjorn, but he was talking about how the heathen way is the path is your own choice, but where you're going is predetermined. So, with all this being entwined with the conflict number of 5, 5 brings conflict, tension, and defeat. Usually something you feel like you're losing. Something is ending, and you don't want to admit it because it feels like it's going to be a defeat. It comes with the 5 of Wands, which is disagreements and strife. There's constantly disagreements going on. Why? Because there's tension. 5 of Hearts brings loss, regrets, and bereavement. That's the last phase. That's where you accept the loss and you air your regrets and your bereavements to each other. The Pentacles, that energy brings insecurity, poverty, and worry. You are afraid of whatever this change that is going to bring, whatever these things that are being repressed come to light. It will cause somehow you to lose your abundant energy. You feel that it will cause all this insecurity in your life and poverty and worry. Like I said, this is not your typical Mercury retrograde, guys. Mercury retrograde happens 3 times a year, but this is intensified because it's still playing along with the other retrogrades. Look at the other retrograde videos if you need them. Venus is in retrograde. Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter are all in retrograde. This is it, guys. This is unveiling all this stuff. So all these conflicts and tension and disagreements, they're triggered by communicate. They're either triggered already and they're starting, which it officially started yesterday in the shadow phase. Apologies for being late. I'm a spazzy Aries. But this is triggered by communication errors, triggered by losing things. You're triggered by finding things. Yeah. Be mad. This is about reconnections and illusions being shattered. This is time for the truth to come out. Wow, I took all kinds of precautions so that I wouldn't be coughing through this, and here I go. You could try to shut me up. I've been listening to a song. Oh, I gotta look her up. I'll post it somewhere. I'll post it on Facebook on the Silver Cord. I'll look for it. But it's called "You Can't Shut Me Up." So it goes into cherries. I know this is a strawberry moon. So if you are in love, use strawberries to strengthen your bond for sure. Instead of doing cord cutting like I suggested in the full moon video, do something to strengthen your bond together. Have him make a candle of himself. Have you make a candle for you. Or have him make a candle for you and you make a candle for him and burn them together and do something together. If your partner's not really into that, then just make one for him and do your own little ritual where you send him just tons of love. That is totally an option. But for all my darlings that I do readings for, I got you something a little bit more fun. So, what was that? Cherries. Cherries are a symbol of love, but cherry pits are poisonous. So it's usually this thing of love, but there's something dark and something poisonous in the middle of it. And that is usually a hard truth or a kind of truth that somebody does not want to admit. So what am I working with here? I had 5 cherries in this bowl at the beginning of the video. I now have 5 cherries in this bowl, or cherry pits in this bowl. I've chewed away all the infatuation and all the illusion and all the whatever. And I've come up with what keeps bringing up conflict, what cannot be resolved. How do we resolve it if we do not bring it up? So don't be mad. I guess my guides kick these people out at this point. So I feel fine now. So spit out the truth. Here we go. I have my oil here, which I have, it's banishing oil that I made a while ago to banish all negative energies that are influencing this connection. I also have dragon's blood in here, bringing some intense fire energy to this to burn away illusions so the truth can come out. I have a black candle. Now what do I do with my letter? There it is. I have a black candle here, and this is for the absence of all color, removing illusions, removing the light so that we can finally address whatever this is. All right, whatever this is that's causing the conflict, spit out the truth. Just spit it out. It's good for you to spit out the truth. They don't call it spit shine for nothing. I always tell people, you got this virus and stuff going around. You guys like snort in a whole bunch of gunk. Are you swallowing that? That's how you're going to get sick. I mean, your nose is supposed to absorb a small amount of it so that you can build up the antibodies. That's your body's natural way of doing it. And then you're supposed to spit that shit out. Apologies, I know I go from one person to the next from video to video, but you know, you get used to it or you'll leave. It's pretty much how I'm rolling at this point. All right, so black candle, remove all illusions. For the herbs, I have lavender. This is meant to uplift you, to help you remove some baggage. It also has mint and sage to help clear away these negative energies that are influencing you guys and causing you to keep on doing these toxic habits because you cannot spit out the truth. For you and for those you love. Let me turn this way upside down. This is the 12th seal of Solomon of protection as this all unfolds for you. To protect you and those you love while these truths come to light. May you find a positive way to handle this information, and may everybody involved be evolved enough to handle these situations in a mature manner throughout this Mercury retrograde. I got a lot going on in my personal life too, guys. So believe me when I say I understand you're going through a lot of shit. And things need to come to light in order for shifts to fully happen. And I am sending as much protection to the innocents around you and to yourself so that you survive this and get through these times with grace. All right. Now, for this cup, bringing the dragon energy, more fire to burn away illusions, and it is full of whiskey to Don't hate on whiskey too much, guys. The reason some people are honest when they drink is because that's the only time their inhibitions is lubricated enough to be so, especially people who bottle a lot of shit up. So, whiskey is well known, I'm also Celtic, so to exorcise negative energies and entities. It is a lubrication for the truth to come out. Been sensing a lot of energies overindulging lately. If you're watching this video, careful how far you go, because truths will come out. Like I said, this is all done in love to bring these things to light so that we can all overcome this, because we all are in a collective energy. That's why I do these collectively. I take my petition. Do no harm, but take no shit. May the truths come out as you see fit. Goddess, earth, air, fire, water, spirit, blessed be our families, our homes, and me. Love and intention. Earth and fire, water and air. May you protect us in these times of unveiling truths. 3 times 3, make it be. But may you make the truths be revealed. Goddess, grant us the strength to walk through these times with grace. I ground my energy deep within the earth. I pull forth the energy that I feel there, and I call out to the universe. I feel the universe respond and connect with the earth. I do all this with love and guidance from my guides and those around me. Blessed be all those who walk these paths with me. As always, guys, if you like this, please like, share, subscribe, spank the bell to get more, and I will talk to you later.